and then you toured colleges, and then you ended up picking one to go to. I'd say you made a really good choice. Just I'm totally not biased at all.
Yeah,
So, but
totally.
what? Yeah, yeah. But why Trinity? Why Trinity University, and why their engineering science program? No, I've talked to my on my podcast. It's not your traditional engineering program. It's traditional in the sense that it's ABET accredited, but it is a liberal arts school. It's a liberal arts education, but it's engineering. So why Trinity? Why'd you make that choice?
Yeah, so my older brother, who was 2 grades older than me, he actually went to Trinity, did engineering science program.
No way.
And yeah, yeah, so that's the honestly kind of the main reason. Like I visited him and I kind of was like, okay, like I could actually see myself going here. And he was someone who chose engineering because he genuinely was interested in engineering
Hmm.
and the coursework and being an engineer. But just talking with him about his project, I was like, oh, that actually sounds kind of cool. Like he'd always be so excited and geek out about the design projects we had to do. And yeah, I kind of was just like, okay, like that seems good. But I think the engineering science, it's a good degree program to choose or a good kind of branch of engineering if maybe you're not 100% certain which path of engineering you want to go down.
Yeah.
Just because you get that exposure to a bunch of different types of engineering, you're able to kind of make an informed decision about, okay, maybe one between chemical, mechanical, and electrical is something I want to go in. So I think that's a pretty good case. I think students who maybe going into college, like they just know with conviction that they're meant to be like a civil engineer. Maybe engineering science might not be the best path
Yeah.
in that case, but I mean, what 18-year-old really knows what they want to do? So, I mean, yeah, I'm very big fan of the engineering science degree program.
Me too. I think it's interesting. It kind of, I don't know if you agree with me, but it kind of attracts like a massive dichotomy in type of engineering student. On the one hand, you have the ones that for sure want to be like a professor, or they want to get their PhD. So they're going to Trinity, they get a wonderful education, and then they go to grad school and they become a PhD. And then you have the other dichotomy that is the people like you and me that get an engineering degree because they know that they can do it. They like engineering. It's a great education, great school, and then they're not going to do any design engineering for the rest of their career. Now there are other people that do actual engineering. A lot of my friends that graduated from the program still do, but it's interesting that how that is kind of two polar opposites. I was texting my buddy Sean Farrell, who's finishing up his PhD at Rice right now,
Oh,
and
wow.
it's just two complete opposites. His fiance also graduated from the engineering science program, and she went and got her MBA. So it's so funny the two kind of polar opposites that get attracted to the program, but I think that's a good characteristic of it.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the beauty of it. I feel like it's just more and more kind of proves this general theory here where it's just a lot of engineering majors, you're really I mean, sure, yeah, you're learning how to be an engineer and all the specific coursework, but at the end of the day, you're learning really great complex problem solving skills that can apply to any industry or any career path. So that's kind of my experience. And yeah, I think it's cool to see all of our peers and just friends do a lot of different things with the
Yeah.
engineering degree.
Yeah. So for you, was it your brother going to Trinity that kind of made you realize you wanted to go there, or were there other things that you saw about the program that made you like it for yourself that other people maybe should take into account whenever they're looking for an engineering program?
Yeah, that's a good question. I feel like I chose Trinity more as a school before I chose it over engineering specifically.
Interesting.
Um, yeah, like I kind of knew going into it. It's kind of more like a feeling, like listening to that gut feeling of just being on campus. And I'm like, okay, I actually have a feeling like this is where I'm supposed to be. Because what's funny is I was already committed to going to College of William and Mary, and had already like literally already sent the deposit, was like locked and loaded to
Wow.
going there. And then I visited my brother, and then I was just like, oh no, I made a terrible mistake. Like, what have
Yeah.
I done? And I just had a feeling I was supposed to go there and kind of listen to that gut feeling. And I feel like it worked out, but But yeah, no, I mean, I kind of knew choosing Trinity that, this engineering science program was a good program. And I think just the fact that my older brother was doing the program, I think was a big selling point for me. I don't know if I would have done engineering. I mean, who's to say? But like, I don't know if I for sure would have done it if I didn't have my older brother who went to Trinity and did engineering science.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and we're both very fortunate to have gotten to attend such an awesome private university. I think that a lot of people get the there's a group of people that give the advice that says, well, if you want to do engineering, go to your state school, cheapest state school that you can go to, and just get your engineering degree and go out. But I'll tell you that I mean my experience going to Trinity, I think it was really worth it, and I was blessed to be able to. It was basically about the same to go there versus my state school. So it's just like you. I'm very grateful to have gotten the chance to go there.
Thank you so much for watching this segment of the Engineering Success Podcast. If you liked it, make sure to check out the other videos down below that are recommended to you. And if you really like the podcast, make sure to subscribe right down there in the middle. We really appreciate it. It's free to you and helps us a lot out. And last but not least, the best way to help the show grow is to comment down below. So leave your comment if you have any thoughts about this segment. Thanks.
Some payments, still playing in the basement while I'm working on arrangements. They heard the kid in 50 countries, thank God that's amazing. But I'd rather thank Spotify, they put me on the station.